You're listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly Requa, interviews veterinarians and individuals in the pet industry from across the nation answering pet questions. Bark and Wag podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's BARKNWAG.com. Please remember to subscribe to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. Bark and Wag is dedicated to protecting our dogs through advocacy, education, and supporting like-minded dog lovers by selling custom pet products. Bark and Wag is excited to announce our new partnership with a Colorado hemp farm to produce a line of CBD products for your pets. Bark and Wag has CBD pet tincture available in 300, 750, 1200, and 2400 milligrams. Bark and Wag CBD is pet safe, no THC, it's made in the USA, and is CO2 extracted. Please check out Bark and Wag's website, barkandwag.com. That is BARK, to see our line of CBD and awesome merchandise. We love pooch ideas for podcasts and merchandise, so anytime send an email to Polly at barkandwag.com with your suggestions.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly Requa. Today we're talking to Cindy Myers, animal intuitive. Welcome, Cindy.
Hi, Polly. Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, I'm glad you're back. The listeners love all your webinars. So can you please let us know what's happening in June?
Well, I actually have two animal webinars in June. The first one is my normal animal emotions webinar, and we talk about fear or anxiety in our pets and how we can help you with your pets that might have either behavioral or physical issues that result from these emotions that get stuck in their bodies. And we just talk about just how emotions work in our pets. And then I do demos at the end of that. So people that if they want to send me their photos of their pets, their cute little furry companions, then they have an opportunity to get a free reading and see how I work. And then at the end of the month, June 29th, I'm having a special animal and emotions webinar to prepare folks for the 4th of July, because that is a biggie for animals getting really, traumatized by fireworks. And so we talk about how we can help them through that and get them through it as easily as we can. It's easy may not be the right word at all, but the sooner we can get them out of the trauma and the fight or flight response system, the better it is. We may not be able to avoid it all the way, but we can certainly, with some of the tips that I'll provide, you can help get them out of it more quickly. So we'll talk about that on June 29th. And you can find out more about it on my website, yourenergyhealer.com. You can get on my list, and then that's how you get to register for those webinars.
Great. And how do you feel the pets that you're working with are doing regarding the transition of pet owners going back to work?
Well, there's a fair amount of anxiety, separation anxiety going on right now. And I think it's true for both pets and their owners. It's a tough challenge for the pets, especially they're confused. They don't understand why you're gone more. People are going away on vacations more or just out of town for business. And that's really hard on them because now it's not just, gone for several hours or during the day, but you're gone overnights and for days on end, perhaps. And the separation anxiety is pretty extreme. So there's a lot of behavioral or physical issues, separation, a lot of crying, both from humans and your pets. So I'm working like crazy to help release those emotions and strategize how we can help your pets through that transition and get them adjusted to this new reality. Our normalcy, but isn't their normalcy.
And I mean, you work with not only with the webinars, but you work with individual pets one-on-one.
Oh yeah, that's my main source of income is doing individual sessions. Yeah.
Great. So once again, then people can just contact you via your website.
Yep, there's either a contact page if you have questions, and there's also my office number is listed there as well. So if you have questions that you really need me to answer outside of the computer, you're welcome to call that phone number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can to help guide you. There's some people that are not overly tech savvy, so they just need me to help them sign up for sessions and go over that process. So I'm happy to do that.
Great. Well, it sounds like 2 great webinars in June, and we look forward to having you back and finding out what's going on over the summer.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.